Hi everybody, another one of those beautiful days here in Southern California. This is spring, it's late March. We still have the butterflies flying through in this direction to the north. And then we found something in our front yard that's very unfortunate. We have had it in our area for a while. It's called the imported fire ant. And they're really nasty. All of you in the southeast are going to know about this, of everything from Florida all the way to Texas. It's an ant that is a real problem. I'm going to show it to you here in our yard, what it looks like in Southern California, Lake Elsinore area where I live. The sandy soil, and they establish themselves at one end of the lake down there. And so once they got established, they'll go ahead and spread. Well, they've spread to our area here where we live, which is way at the eastern end. And so I had to show you something special about it. Now this is an unusual ant. It doesn't belong here. It's called the imported fire ant because it's invasive. And so it was brought here somehow. I didn't read up on it to find out exactly how it got here, but it's been a problem ever since. They can make a huge mound going really deep into the soil, lots of queens and many different sizes. They're pretty much a darker red color than our local species of fire ant, which is called Solenopsis xyloni. This one's called Solenopsis invicta. That's the species name of the ant. Ours is a lot brighter red in color and slightly smaller. And they'll sting you too. They have a sting. They'll bite to hold and then they sting with their abdomen, just like a honeybee does, except they don't lose their stinger. And so these being a darker red, they're a little more obvious. The other thing that's really unusual and very unique about them is that they're very different in behavior compared to the Solenopsis xyloni that we have here. Xyloni, if you bother their colony, yeah, they'll come out, and they come out in good numbers. They want to attack something that's attacking their colony. But this one, the Solenopsis invicta, they come out in massive numbers really fast. And so I'm going to show that to you too. And then I'll give you a little story about what happened once when I was working in Florida. We flew to Florida to give some presentations out there, and my boss wanted to see the manatees, and so we went down to a riverbank, a ditch bank, and he was staying there taking pictures of the manatee, and then thought nothing of it and came back into the car. But then all he said, stop the car, and he hopped out, and they were ripping his pants down and they were brushing all the imported fire ants off because he'd been standing on a fire ant mound while he was taking a picture of the manatee. So let's take a look at the mound. I'll show you what it looks like, and then I'm going to poke it, and then you'll see how fast these ants will come out to protect their colony. Okay? Okay, so here's the mound, and it's pretty distinctive in the turf or in the grass areas. And the reason why they like the grass areas is people will water their grass, and by doing that the soil's real soft and the ants can make their colony really fast in the turf. So like in Palm Springs area of Southern California, they've taken over the turf areas, and so people have had to really deal with them. Here in our area, nobody's really had to deal with them except in their home, so they'll be able to put some bait on and it gets rid of the colony. But anyway, you can see the colony here, and the soft dirt that's been pushed up. The ants will bring the little dirt, soft dirt up here and make the mound. And then if you bother the mound, so I'm going to poke it right here, you'll start seeing ants come out very fast. You can see the numbers are spectacular, very fast. Hundreds and hundreds of them coming out really quickly, and they're dispersing in the whole area to protect their colony. So we've had a little bit of rain, that's why it was a little tamped down, and otherwise the mound would even be a little higher and a little softer. But when I poked it, you can see here they come, and if you get these on you, what they'll do is they'll wait for a little bit, get a bunch of them on you, and then they'll release a pheromone, and then they all sting you all at one time. That's very unfortunate. That's why people can stand on a mound and not know that they're being attacked by the ants. So they'll stand on it, and the ants will run up their leg or their arms, and then they'll all sting at the same time, or as close together as they can. The other thing I notice in here, if you can see it closely, there are many different sizes to the ants. So and that's another really distinctive figure of this ant species is that there's many sizes, from very small all the way up to much, much larger. And the larger they are doesn't mean they're reproductives. It just means that they are just a larger ant. It probably has to do more with food source and how much food is there. So what do they eat? Well, they're like other ants. They're going to go for proteins. They need a protein, and then they also need sugars or carbohydrates at some time. But the proteins are the big thing that they're going for. So they can be a real problem for like birds that nest on the ground and things like that. They can be a real serious issue because they'll attack a protein source and take it back to their colony and feed their colony. So this one, you know, that we have taro baits that we use that has boric acid in it that a lot of ants will go for. This species is not as attracted to that as others. They prefer the cornmeal bait that some of the other companies will make. So you put the cornmeal bait around the colony, and what I like to do is cover it with a flower pot so nobody bothers it. And they'll take all that cornmeal bait back into the colony and kill the colony. So anyway, this is the imported fire ant. I'm going to get them all upset again and get them running, and you can see how fast they come out of that colony. They release a pheromone and go, hey, everybody come out. We need to protect the colony. Look at it go. It's just crazy. And boy, they sting. Even though they're small, their venom is pretty powerful, and they can cause a little scar on your skin if too many of them sting you in the same spots. Well, as we were filming, we found another mound right here. They're real small mounds. They're not real big in our yard, in our area here. I haven't seen a real large one even in this area, the lake area. In the south, they're much, much larger, and they can go really deep into the soil. Here, they're pretty isolated to the turf, and many times they like these meter boxes, and they'll go inside the meter boxes, and it's real moist in there, and they actually can form a colony in there as well. Anyway, I hope you enjoy that. Enjoyed the little bit of showing how they come boiling out of the soil, and I hope the people in the area really take care of themselves going around the little park here. It has a lot of mounds there as well. Their children, their dogs, and while they're walking, and I hope they know what they see in their own yard and they protect their own family and so on. I hope you enjoyed the film, and remember, wherever you're at, stop for just a little bit and take the time to take a look.